Nice day today. Staying in Nagamowin in Ojibwe. Heading out to Sandy Bay. We're heading out to Ojibwe country right now. Sandy Bay is an Ojibwe reserve, First Nation. I'm gonna have to be writing a song about the experience, and that's a little intimidating. I think it'll happen the way it needs to happen, and I'm excited to meet the people out there, and it's gonna be a good time. I come from the Little Saskatchewan First Nation located in the Interlake of Manitoba. I'm an acoustic hip-hop country artist, and I call my music res poetry. The songs I write, like when I kind of started to go into that spot where I was kind of finding out what I should do and how I should do it, there was a quote that I came across that was, how selfish is it to sit down and write when you have not stood up to live? And then even a little bit of Shakespeare, like to thine own self be true, like little stuff like that I found that if you're gonna write, if you're gonna make music, you gotta tell, your story. You can't, make fabrications. The biggest influence for me is just life and experience.
They say they wounded my soul. They say this land is their home. Dig up my ancestors' bones, but they can't silence my song. No, they can't silence my song. Sometimes it hurts to be indigenous, born in this nation. Not enough to talk about decolonization. In the battles with myself, I'm continually facing. Feel the stress of the world on my shoulders, I'm fading. But I ain't going out yet, cause this is just the outset. And I ain't making change if I'm rapping about an outfit, unless it's that camo. Intelligence is ammo. Modern day warrior, just call me Rambo. Not trying to be deceitful, cause mostly I'm peaceful, but getting sick and tired of being seen as unequal. So I'm waiting for the pitch as I'm stepping to the plate. They saying that we rich, but we live in second rate. Well, they don't like the truth, so that's what I'm coming with. Repping for the youth, yup. That's who I'm running with. Don't represent a leadership, or represent empowerment. Working on the ground, cause I have issues with the government who issue out apologies while sticking to the policy. More definite than probably keeping us in poverty. Wanna tell me how to live and how to react. The devastation of my culture, trying to keep it intact while living under rules of the Indian Act. Indian agents were just racist, I'm just stating the facts. They took my identity, I'm taking it back. I am an Anishinaabe, I belong to the land. I don't belong to the queen, so as long as I dream, that means I sleep with a song that forever will be sung from the heart. So whenever I speak, the truth comes out and it's setting me free. I don't belong to the queen, so as long as I dream, that means I sleep with a song that forever will be sung from the heart. So whenever I speak, the truth comes out and it's setting me free. Well, there's a lot that I carry, so much I wanna bury. Sometimes I wonder to myself, why can't I just be happy? I'm living with the memories, running in my blood, loaded in my bones and buried in the mud. But music is my medicine, my life is the evidence. I realized that ever since my people called it prevalent, coming from the res with words of intelligence. And if I wasn't hellbound, they might say I was heaven sent. They say they wounded my soul. They say this land is their home. Dig up my ancestors' bones, but they can't silence my song. No, they can't silence our songs.
Hey, this is Leonard Sumner, aka Lorenzo, and you're listening to Sandy Bay Radio, 106.3 FM, Sandy Bay all the way. We're here with Magnus Musso at Sandy Bay Radio, Sandy Bay's strongest man. And,
Not really, man.
Welcome to the program, Leonard. How are you?
I'm good, man. Thank you for having me here.
Boy, I mean, just go to...
Is there any local artists that you guys play, or?
Yeah, we play a lot of local talent shows, and when they do talent shows, we record them.
Like, what does the programming look like? Is it like, is it mixed like with powwow, or is there stuff for specifically for youth?
Right
or?
now, it's all people call in and play, request songs, and then we have a lot of old classics playing and some hip hop, modern day rock, and so it's a collection of music.
Yeah, all across the board, basically.
Hello, good afternoon. It's me, Corey the Coyote. I mean,
We got to speak with
good afternoon.
Corey the Coyote Whitford,
158.
and I did a little interview and performance there. It was cool, you know. It's nice to see Reserve with a radio station where they speak the language.
From, I'm proud to say I'm from Sandy Bay, Dongak. I'm proud, absolutely, to be from here. I want to turn it over to the people of Sandy Bay, our listenership, to call in to say why they are proud to be from Sandy Bay.
The reason why I appreciate Sandy Bay is because there's a lot of people that are always helping out.
Anine, Maggie, why are you proud to be from Sandy Bay?
Because I was born in Sandy Bay.
Everybody we talked to was, you know, super happy. There wasn't any, you know, negativity. Everybody spoke positively of where they're from. And I was happy. I was happy for that.
Chimi Wechni Joe. Thank you, cousin. Thanks for coming home to Sandy Bay.
Yeah, for sure, man. The time that I'm here, I'm kind of challenged to write a song about Sandy Bay First Nation and the experience that I have here. And I didn't feel comfortable doing that without actually talking to people from here, right? I don't want to come here. I knew there was going to be a point where I was like, okay, this is what I kind of need to do. And that was when they started talking about the pride of their community, you know, like about feeling good about where they come from.
This community is based like mostly on fishermen around here, so that's what you'd probably do on the weekend. And go to the lake, go on the boat, go set some nets, go fishing.
The hockey team, like Sandy Bay Flying Feathermen, they're really proud of their hockey teams, all ages.
There's been so many changes I've seen anyway. It's like as if there's been a complete turnover regarding attendance, student attendance here, you know, and where we were basically told what to do with education at the very beginning, and now we have our own education system, like we basically control it. And you know, I think maybe there should be something if a song was to be developed regarding that issue, like right from residential school to us controlling our education system and where we want students to attend, that kind of thing.
Yeah, about kind of like becoming stronger over the years
Yes.
and bouncing back from those effects of those because it seems like each generation since those residential schools, since those day schools, has become stronger and stronger and stronger. And we tend to focus on negative things sometimes, right? But we have a lot of good things here too, you know? We have a lot of good things going on, and I'm happy that you guys are here, you know, getting educated on your terms. And it's up to you what you want to do later on, right? It's not up to anybody else. It kind of pushes me towards the direction of self-empowerment, and that's probably the direction I'll take, you know, while I'm here going about writing the song. In this situation, you know, like you gotta learn something new. You gotta learn how to write a song about what they feel their community, and they feel empowered. So I want to have a song that empowers the community, you know, and hopefully I'm capable of doing that. I'm gonna try it and give it a shot, you know. I think it'll happen the way it needs to happen. That's the way I've been saying it the whole way, so it'll happen the way it needs to happen.
Gave this place the best of me, guess it wasn't good enough. Failure is a recipe, use most when you're down on your luck. Made my way through broken dreams, lost family and friendships. Waded through dark memories and demons I contend with. I know I ain't no angel, but maybe I can save someone that's focused on the end of life. Staring down the barrel of a loaded gun. Is it so hard to trust someone you don't even trust yourself? It's so hard to love someone and you don't even love yourself. Everything you do just never works. Wanna find a place where it never hurts. Take away the pain. I feel so cursed. Wanna ask for help, but it just gets worse. And is this hell or is this earth? What's this lonely person worth? What's the purpose for my birth? I feel so lost and nothing works. I see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I can't walk another mile on my own. If you've seen the dark that I've seen and struggle, you wouldn't walk another mile on your own. Gave this place the best of me, guess it wasn't good enough. People wanna mess with me, push buttons like I would erupt. But is it just a test for me? Sometimes I feel like giving up. Ain't that a sign that my mind has changed? Well, it isn't like the yesteryears, although it feels so similar. Taste the whiskey on my breath, burning is familiar. Getting rowdy, cry for help, but no one wants to deal with you. Ain't that a sign that the times have changed? I see the light at the end of the tunnel, but I can't walk another mile on my own. If you've seen the dark that I've seen and the struggle, you wouldn't walk another mile on your own. But I'm working on a better me. Mentally and physically, I battled with depression. It took its toll spiritually, but music was my weapon on the battleground to set me free. I fought the darkness to the light and realized I am a seed that grew from roots into a tree. And in me there is medicine. Stand strong through the stormy winds and be there for my brethren. Never again will I cross the line, wondering just who am I know that answer in my mind. I'm Anishinaabe, I am alive. I live for love and family ties. I'm standing strong, I can't rely upon their strength to get me by. When times get hard, they will supply strength of spirit in my life. Ray of hope to set me right, and I won't have to wonder why I'm here again another night. On my journey, learned to fly. I made my goals, I set my sight, embraced the winds of change again. There's turbulence in every flight, cause lessons learned with shaky wings are blessings earned. Control and fright, don't let the darkness send your way, stop your heart from doing right. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm gonna make it if I gotta on my own. I've seen the dark and I've been through through the struggle. I'll go the extra mile on my own. You see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm gonna make it if I gotta on my own.
This songwriting process for this is way more difficult than I thought it would be. It's always been hard for me to write songs. There's only every now and then a song would come like that, you know? It's not something that came easy for me, but my creative zone usually comes at like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning when, after a long day and after I've taken in a lot, and that's when my brain kind of starts kicking in creatively. Right now, I don't really know what it should be, but I have like a feeling, like not too super cheery, but like a very, very realistic kind of like of the things I've seen today. Just take some time to reflect and get some food and stay up a few more hours, and I think stuff will start to come. The first line of the song is basically it's writing about Sandy Bay as if it was a person, right? Through lived experience, kind of a person just talking about what they've been through. And I was born in troubled times. I speak the language of this land. So that's like the birth of kind of the reserve in my understanding. And listen close to understand. It's like when you talk to people there, it's pretty evident that they're proud of where they come from. If you need a helping hand, I will help you all the way. And that I threw that line in there because it's a good line structure from On My Way. And to go back, I will help you all the way, because the quote of the whole trip has been, and like even since I was a kid hearing about Sandy Bay, was Sandy Bay all the way. And if you've seen what I have seen, it wouldn't seem so bittersweet. We kind of talked about the history of the past, residential schools being swindled out of their land, being, coming from a dark history, but still being proud of who they are. So it's like they've seen tough times. So even though there may be a little bit problems on the surface today, that doesn't mean like it's not still a good life that they're living. It ends with I was born into this love and I will always be that way. And I thought that was like a nice way of honoring the people, of Sandy Bay.
I wrote this song last night. It's called All the Way. And it's kind of a country song. Well, I was born in troubled times. Speak the language of this land. Listen close to understand. Listen close to understand. I have made it through the floods. I have made it through the droughts. This has always been my home. This will always be my home. And if you need a helping hand, send your word, I'm on my way. If you need a helping hand, I will help you all the way. I was born in troubled times, but they were not meant to stay. I was born into this love, and I will always be that way. If you've seen what I have seen, it wouldn't seem so bittersweet. These dusty roads, they ain't so bad. These dusty roads, they ain't so bad. Well, I was born in troubled times. Speak the language of this land. Listen close to understand. Listen close to understand. I have made it through the floods. I have made it through the droughts. This has always been my home. This will always be my home. And if you need a helping hand, send your word, I'm on my way. If you need a helping hand, I will help you all the way. Oh, I was born in troubled times, but they were not meant to stay. I was born into this love, and I will always be that way.
It was a real great evening. I had an awesome time here. Some of those songs that he sang really hit home. Yeah.
I related to one of the songs about the suicide, because there's been a lot of suicide stuff happening. Pretty touching. Interesting.
Well, the last one, like the one for Sandy Bay, the one he wrote up, I thought that was really nice.
People appreciated the song. I had a couple of people come up and say thank you for writing a song about Sandy Bay. Super grateful for the opportunity to do the show. A little tired, a little exhausted, but to do this was an awesome experience.